Before modern cars became computers on wheels, there was a simple mechanical device that controlled everything: fuel, air, and power. It's called the carburetor.
Once the heart of every engine, today it's slowly disappearing. But why? What made it so important? And what killed it? In this video, we break down the history, how it works, and why the carburetor is going extinct. A carburetor is a mechanical device that mixes air and fuel in the correct ratio before sending it into the engine. This mixture is then ignited inside the combustion chamber to produce power. Unlike modern systems, carburetors don't use electronics. Everything is controlled by airflow and pressure. The key job? Deliver the perfect air-fuel mixture under all driving conditions. It uses a valve system, throttle and choke, to control engine speed and manage fuel-air ratios, often referred to simply as a carb or carburetor. From the late 19th century until the late 1980s, carburetors were the dominant method for fuel delivery in gasoline-powered automobiles. Before fuel injectors, ECUs, and sensors took over the automotive world, the carburetor was the beating heart of every motorcycle and car. It didn't rely on electronics, didn't talk to computers, and didn't need software updates. Instead, it used pure mechanical genius to mix air and fuel perfectly, or at least as perfectly as it could. The carburetor dates back to the late 19th century, long before modern electronics existed. Engineers needed a way to deliver the right amount of fuel to the engine, and they discovered something beautifully simple. Fast-moving air pulls fuel along with it. This principle, called the Venturi effect, became the foundation of carburetor technology. For decades, carburetors were the standard, powering classic motorcycles, muscle cars, jeeps and off-roaders, early Indian two-wheelers, racing machines. They offered tunability that drivers loved by 1. Change jets to more fuel. 2. Adjust air screw for better throttle response. 3. Tune float height for smoother idle. By doing this, mechanics became legends by mastering carb tuning. Riders loved carburetors because they were simple. They gave a raw, mechanical feel. They were tunable. They could be fixed under a tree with basic tools. No sensors, no computers, just mechanical charm. To understand how a carburetor works, let's break it down step by step. 1. Fuel storage float chamber. Fuel is pumped from the gas tank into a small reservoir called the float chamber, or bowl. Inside, a floating device rises as the fuel enters. Once the chamber is full, the float pushes a needle valve upward to close the intake, maintaining a constant fuel level. 2. Air intake and Venturi effect. When the engine is running, the pistons move downward, creating a suction, low-pressure vacuum that pulls air into the carburetor through the air cleaner. Inside the carburetor, the air passes through a narrow restriction called the Venturi. According to Bernoulli's principle, as the air velocity increases in this narrow section, its pressure drops, creating a strong vacuum at that point. 3. Fuel metering and atomization. The low pressure at the Venturi creates a sucking effect on a nozzle connected to the fuel bowl. Fuel is forced from the float chamber through a small, calibrated hole called a jet. Because the pressure in the Venturi is lower than the pressure in the fuel bowl, fuel is pulled out of the nozzle, breaks into tiny droplets, atomizes, and mixes with the rushing air. 4. Airflow regulation. Throttle. Below the Venturi is a swiveling butterfly valve known as the throttle. The accelerator pedal is connected to this speed control valve. When the driver presses the pedal, the valve opens, allowing more air into the engine, which in turn increases the vacuum and draws more fuel, creating higher engine speeds. 5. Specialized circuits. Carburetors use different circuits for varied engine demands. During the idle circuit, the throttle is mostly closed. Airspeed is too low to produce a vacuum at the main nozzle. A separate idle port near the throttle valve allows a small amount of fuel for smooth idling. There is the choke circuit used for cold starts. A valve at the top of the carburetor blocks air entry, causing a high vacuum that pulls a very rich mixture, more fuel, less air, for easier starting. Lastly, the accelerator pump. When the throttle is opened quickly, a small pump squirts extra fuel directly into the airflow to prevent the engine from hesitating, a temporary lean condition. Let us have a look inside of a carburetor. The key components and their functions. 1. Float chamber or float bowl acts as a small, constant-level reservoir for fuel, ensuring a steady supply to the jets. Mechanism. Contains a floater that rises and falls with the fuel level. When the chamber is full, the float pushes a needle valve closed, shutting off the incoming fuel to prevent flooding. 2. Venturi is a narrow, constricted section in the center of the carburetor barrel. Its purpose is to increase the velocity of incoming air, which reduces its pressure, creates a partial vacuum. Impact. This low-pressure zone sucks fuel from the float chamber through the jets. 3. Main jet. It regulates the amount of fuel mixed with air, particularly during mid-range to high-speed engine operation. Mechanism. It is a small nozzle with a tuck-capered, conical shape that sprays fuel into the airstream. 4. Throttle valve, throttle plate, or butterfly valve. Function. Regulates the total amount of air-fuel mixture that enters the engine combustion chamber, controlling engine speed and power. 5. Choke valve. It restricts the air intake at the top of the carburetor during cold starts. Impact. By closing the choke, airflow is reduced, creating a richer fuel mixture. More fuel, less air. 6. Idle mixture screw. Adjusts the ratio of air to fuel at low speeds or idle, allowing for fine-tuning of the idle quality. 7. Air bleeder. It introduces air into the fuel passage to premix fuel with air, creating a better emulsion and reducing the density of the fuel to help it vaporize faster. Carburetors have several advantages. They are simple and easy to repair. They don't rely on electronics, and they are cheaper to manufacture. This made them ideal for decades, especially in older vehicles and motorcycles. So why are carburetors disappearing? The answer lies in efficiency and emissions. Carburetors cannot precisely control the air-fuel ratio under all conditions. This leads to higher fuel consumption and more pollution. Modern fuel injection systems, controlled by an ECU, use sensors to deliver exact fuel amounts. This improves performance, fuel economy, and reduces emissions. Governments worldwide introduced stricter emission regulations, and carburetors simply couldn't keep up. Carburetors are mechanical and simple. Fuel injection is electronic and precise. One relies on airflow physics. The other relies on data and sensors. And in today's world, precision wins. Carburetors may be disappearing, but they will never be forgotten. They laid the foundation for modern engine technology. And for many car enthusiasts, they still represent the golden age of driving.